Hi, happy to be back on the stage with our next speaker, Natalia. Very glad to welcome you at Touch Digital Summit.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Happy and thrilled to be here with you.
Yeah, that's really amazing to actually be able to invite female leaders in Georgia. And we are really happy to have a great lineup today. And Natalia, you're also joining this great lineup. So please, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. And thanks to the other speakers for very interesting discussions as well. I will be speaking shortly about Wolt's experience in a lot of markets, including Georgia. First of all, I'll introduce myself. I'm Natalia Khizanishvili, General Manager of Wolt in Georgia. I'm at Wolt for almost 3 years now and have more than 11 years experience before Wolt in e-commerce, banking, and business development. But I feel that I'm at the right place for now. About Wolt, Wolt is a Finland-based technology company. In reality, we are delivering food, initially restaurant-made meals. We started actually as a food ordering and takeaway platform in 2014, but the team quickly figured out that restaurant delivery was a thing to scale. So after we started delivering food itself, that's when the company started growing quite rapidly. Right now, Wolt is active in 23 markets. Recently launched Germany. I saw a lot of speakers from Germany, Berlin, and Frankfurt. We launched Japan, so very diverse company in 23 countries and more than 100 cities. And that number is growing as we speak. Like we're almost launching every city every week, a new city every week. I joined Wolt, as I mentioned, in 2018. That was time when Wolt was totally worldwide, was under 150 people. Right now, as a comparison, we are more than 1,800 people. It might have changed from the last moment I've checked it this week. And what's most interesting is that the 1,000 people we just hired this year. We've been on the market from 2014, and had expansion years for the last 2 years, and now the COVID has influenced a lot of growth and a lot of also we've increased our expansion in different markets. So total funding of $250+ million from different backers and investors. It's Goldman Sachs, Iconic Capital, 83 North, EQT Ventures, etc. So amazing people. After the launch in 2014, Wolt quickly started expanding the service to Nordics and Baltics, and Georgia was one of the first markets of the European Union. Actually, it was the first market outside the EU, and I was leading with the expansion team, the launch in the country. And at the end of the day, Georgia ended up being very interesting success story for launch. We've learned a lot of things. Also, a lot of learning opportunities in the country because of it was so new than comparing to the previous market. Today, I wanted to speak about the more like COVID influenced things that we've done during this year, actually, especially in Georgia, and how we've adjusted our services to offer more people in the lockdown, and what challenges we've experienced and how are we progressing. So when the industry accelerates, like our industry accelerated, our industry changed very quickly in very short period of time. We saw that we needed to accelerate all parts of the business, including product development, including you cannot only just grow the business, right? Like just grow the customers and just forget or have idle product development. So we needed to do that all at once. And one of the most important thing we figured out was to add like a new vertical, supermarket, delivery, etc. We had that in the plan for next couple of years. So normally we would have prepare a 2 years plan with the what product would do, then test it out in different markets, see how it succeeds, like what are the successful, what we should do, what we should not, and then launch it worldwide. But this was not the time when we could do that. So we've decided very quickly that we had to move our category from only food delivery to delivery of almost everything, and we started from most important categories and are continuously adding more and more categories and most of the markets. So as I mentioned, we were not ready, but how we've done it is that we all together, the whole company, decided to prioritize this retail acceleration, and we put the priority and the focus in this. But at the same time, not forgetting that restaurant delivery is also like our main business driver. So having like two important focus areas was quite a challenge, I would say, because before that, like all the focus was going to the restaurant for delivery, and now we have like 2 or 3 more focuses at the same time. So staying customer obsessed and quickly adapt to the customer needs was our #1 priority. And Georgia, what's very interesting is that we ended up being one of the first markets to launch the retail new verticals. And right now is one of the highest adoptions that we see throughout our 23 countries. And I think we made it by a transformation of the mindset that in one day, rather than focusing on one thing, we decided that we have 2 different focus areas, and we need to win all of those, both of them. So what we've learned when we moved radically to a new thing, and what are we learning is that first of all, you need to enjoy what you do. Like me as a GM of a country, I'm a very curious person myself. So I really enjoy learning new things. And like with the team together, we're figuring out so many things every week. Like we are every week out of our comfort zone and, figuring out the grocery, then figuring out the clothing. How can we sell clothing on our platform? How can we sell and then return things if they don't fit, etc. So there are so many interesting things that come up while learning. That's a nonstop opportunities and learning, and then we share it with other guys as well, and they share with us. So it's a very interesting period of learning totally new things. As also one of the important things is that we figured out while doing this is that there are no silver bullets. Everything is important and everything is equally important. Customer satisfaction has always been and will say our main priority. Customer obsession, I would say. And I've heard a lot of other speakers mention the customer obsession part. That's super important. At the same time, when we're doing all of this transformation, all of these changes, we understood that it's important to have the right people in your team. So as our CEO, Miki, always says that we are a recruiting company because we have to recruit right people to have them at the right spots, doing the right things, give them the right tools. So we're a recruiting company. So we recruit interesting people at the right times, and I think this is why we in Georgia also are going quite fast in this world of retail. Also, what we've learned is the culture of not being afraid to fail, not being afraid to make mistakes. So without it, people would just be hesitant to do new things, right? So we, I think we were always had this culture, and that helped us to do things like retail very quickly, because people know if we're gonna not make mistakes, we're not gonna do anything. We need to make mistakes, learn, and share it with others and learn from it. So this is one important thing that I think made our transition more and more easy. Adaptability of the team as well, like to adapt, coming out of the comfort zone, adapt to a new reality, then go back to your still, once again, like every week, I think we're coming out of the comfort zones every week. Also, like I think very important is that having the mindset of being open to changes and being ready to say yes most of the times. Saying no, I always say this, that saying no is very easy. You say no, you move on, and you forget about it. It's harder to say yes and then experience the outcomes that's going to come. But for me and for my team, I think saying yes to new challenges and new opportunities has been one of the most important success factors. And say patient and persistent. It's when building new things, you don't always get a yes for an answer all the time. You always do, a lot of times, get like, not everyone wants to be working with you all the time, or like trusting you all the time, because you're a newcomer to a new business that you don't have any experience in. And just like not to accept the failures, just to say that I failed this one, I'm going to the next one, I'm going to win this this small race is also super important. That's what I wanted to say for now. We're still learning, we're still like trying to figure these things out, and I think in the future, I think months and years, we're going to have more and more learnings, how we're going to develop all this business in multiple countries. So let's see.